Yo, what's going on, Talk Nice Nation?
What's good?
And thank you for checking out today's episode.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Make sure you visit our website, ttmnbrand.com, where you'll find all upcoming announcements, our latest clothing drops, and future events.
Yes, sir. And also, for anyone interested in collabs or potential sponsors, hit our email at ttmnbrand@gmail.com.
That's right.
You are now listening
You're now listening.
You are now listening
And you're listening
to the Talk to Me
Talk to Me
Talk to Me Nice
Talk to me nice.
Talk to Me Nice
Podcast.
You are now listening to the Talk to Me Nice podcast.
Talk to me nice.
Talk to Me Nice.
Let's get it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Be Nice podcast. You already know what's going on here. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm Cristiano.
And tonight we got the Shooter Part 2 in the building. Mikey, Nappz, what's going on,
What's
man?
good? How we doing?
Had to bring him
Good
back.
to see you guys. You too. It's been a little while.
Had to bring him back. So for everybody,
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man. You already know. We've been talking about having you jump back on, because there's just a lot going on in your life and everybody's life. So it's hard to fit everything in one episode sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, for those that remember season 1, we had Mikey on, which felt like an eternity ago. Between COVID, our studio space is different now. You're here. Well, you were with us when we were in the basement, pretty
Right.
much. Like shit was a lot different. But yeah, man, crazy how time flies.
Leveled up. It's nice in here. It's cozy.
Yes,
It's
sir.
good. Happy
Yeah.
to see you guys leveling up with
Yeah,
this.
man, appreciate that.
nice.
How's your life going, man? How's everything going?
Life is grand right now. I couldn't complain. I'm healthy. I'm working, and that's pretty much it. I feel like that's the whole take I took from last year. Like a lot of shit went down in 52 weeks. Like now we just like marked it pretty much a year, and you just look back at everything. I was like, well, you can't really complain if you're healthy and you're happy and you got some money coming in. Like
Facts.
no complaints.
Yeah, that's good.
Interesting year.
Yeah, for
Long
sure.
year. I
Long.
can't believe it's only been 1 year. It feels like an extremely
Yeah, it feels
event. Like
way
every month has been like something crazy from
Yeah.
last year.
Isn't it crazy how shit really feels like it's been that long?
Yeah.
Like we've been restricted to doing certain things, and we all make shit happen in one way or another and make the most of our time. But before, man, it's just like not to say we took things for granted, but it's like, bro,
Yeah, we
like,
did, bro. We were
kind
rolling,
of did,
man.
man.
We
'cause
were rolling.
We were rolling, bro. Like every weekend was a thing, man. Like you would be going from Vesper to this
Yeah.
spot to, constantly. Like days were just
It was fast.
day to night, fast living.
We're living in
exactly.
the fast lane.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Yeah, it's great though, man.
stop.
Yeah, bro. You
It's
look,
slowed down a lot for sure.
Yeah.
It's so different now. It's so different now. I'm actually like recently I'm like thinking like because they just announced like bars are gonna be allowed to be reopened and like capacity increasing and like I just see it like down the line for like after Memorial Day, like big events, just like I don't know, networking and going out like that's like a huge part of like my business and
Yeah.
that's one thing I totally suffered with is like not being able to just pop into a bar or a restaurant.
everybody, man.
know?
Realtors. I know a lot of people.
It's huge. You spend so much
They
day
would have
networking
happy
in the field
hours
like
and
that.
just,
Yeah.
mingling and kind of
Networking
connecting.
parties.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was a part of a networking group that once COVID hit, they stopped doing the meeting. Like we used to meet every morning for breakfast, and then COVID hit, and now they like do it in a Zoom call, and it's different. But like, I don't know, you
don't
don't
get the
have
same,
like
man.
you don't have like a full representation of yourself over a Zoom call. Like when you
No.
get in front of a group of 30 people and you're the only one talking, like they're actually listening to you.
Yeah.
You're in a Zoom call, you're not paying attention.
Right. Yeah, you feel it different. We did a couple podcasts. We tried it over the summer through
Yeah.
Zoom, and just we did it kind of to stay afloat with things. But it's not the natural. It doesn't. It's not as
No,
natural.
it doesn't. I feel like I'm not really here.
Exactly.
you know?
But yeah, man, you definitely living. You definitely looking good. I see you. Told me you were going to the gym.
Yes, back
But-
at it finally.
Putting some weight on. You've been
Yeah.
telling me you're really getting after it.
Yeah, my jeans fit now.
Yeah. That's good. That's good shit. What gym you been hitting?
I go to the NAC,
Okay.
Newtown Athletic Club.
Okay.
That's next level shit. I know
That
that.
is.
Newtown expensive club.
People don't know.
That's what I
Newtown.
call it.
Yo, you rich.
It's an expensive gym. Not for me, because I'm under 30, so I save a decent amount.
Okay.
sure.
I think mine is like $68 a month. All right,
Okay.
if you're a youth. And then once you hit 30, it's like $130 a month.
They got everything there, right?
That's a hit, though.
That is a hit.
That's a hit.
For
That's
a
a
gym
big
membership?
gym
Yeah,
membership.
that is.
Yeah, that's like...
Bro, I mean, like, they have, like, city fitnesses up here that are super clubs that go for,
I
like...
heard that place is like a resort though, like in the summertime.
I would say, yeah, it's a resort without a hotel and
Yeah.
it's a country club without a golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that
The
mixed
pool
feel
and
of
stuff
both.
like
yeah,
that.
I've been going there for
Some next level shit.
11 years. I joined when I was like how old? I don't know, 14, 15, we started going there. No, even when I was kids, we used to like sneak in there. And it was cool. It used to be like a racquetball club that you would just go play basketball at. And then now it's like got a water slide and a bar and like a lounge pool. It's crazy. It becomes a bit of a scene at the nighttime. They have a little bar out there.
Yeah. No, I've had a membership at LA Fitness for some time now, and the one in South Philly is nothing like the one in Cherry Hill. So my friends, we'd always want to go to, New Jersey because they got a basketball court inside. We wouldn't even work out.
That's all you need, bro. You need weights and a basketball court.
We would just pull up and just run full and just wait, and there would be like people in there, man. Like that's so crazy. Like they don't even have the courts over right now. COVID just affected a lot of things. But
I was going at like 5 a.m. for a little while, and it was interesting. You would go and you would see the same like 15 people there every morning, and it's just like consistency every day. And then you like fall off a little bit, and I'm like, damn, it's hard
It's
to do
cool
that
though.
all the time.
You see the same people. I do the same thing in my gym. Like I go at the same time. I see the same
Yeah, but it's
people.
such a small amount of people because it's like the earliest window. Like I've gotten there at like 5 on the dot, and like those people are already waiting outside the door. I'm like, wow, damn.
So how long have you been back? You've been on a consistent grind?
Since mid-December. Mid-December, I was just like, I was shot out, dude. I was like working too much. I was just putting in that like rough time, like just running plus the holidays on top of it. And I don't know. I feel like I'll skip the gym because I'm like, well, I got to work. You know what I mean? Like I got shit to do. It's whatever. But it's about just like making the time for it. So I'd say like mid-December, I like got back into like a good routine with it. Started to put a little bit of weight back on.
Feeling good?
Yeah, starting to feel like strong again. It's like the first 2 weeks is like hard. And then I went to Miami at the end of December for New Year's.
Yes.
And ironically, like I'm probably the only person who could go to Miami and do like a detox, but like I didn't have any caffeine. I didn't have any
alcohol.
No, I drank a little bit, but I'm not like a big drinker. So I didn't smoke any weed. No weed, no nicotine, and no caffeine.
Gotcha.
Those 3 things right there, like bro, I OD on those 3. Like that's I don't know. That's just what I do
To the max. Yep.
Yeah, and it fucks with my appetite and not eating too much. You hit those nicotine things, bro. Those are like it's like poison in a bottle. It's so bad.
We were just talking about that
Was
with
that
Alyssa just
puffer?
now.
Oh my god,
the
dude, they're
little
so
puffers.
bad. So bad. I smoked cigarettes for dude, we started so young, like 14. So like I smoked cigarettes for probably like 12, 13 years, and then once I started coming out in the city, actually, was when I made myself want to stop smoking cigs. Because back home, like, we would go out, smoke. I don't give a shit. I'm not meeting anybody new. You like come down here and you're like, bumping elbows with new people and like having that first impression. I just remember how bad you smell from a cigarette. You walk in, you meet somebody, and you just reek. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to be
your
like,
whole outfit
yeah,
smells.
like, or I'm like seen outside, like smoking. Like, it's different now. People like, oh, you smoking? What are you doing? Like, oh, let me hit your jewel, though. I'm like, all right, what's the difference?
Yeah.
So I smoked the Juul I stopped cigarettes like a couple years ago. I smoked the Juul and like the flare things for like 2 years, and I never felt like from smoking like cigarettes. And I used to smoke a lot. And then as soon as I got onto those puff bars, I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I'm like
worse,
tired
bro.
of shit all day. Yeah, I think it's way worse for you.
I think they're
100%.
worse. To be honest
Chemical.
with you.
Plus, people just chief them. Like,
No,
they're just-
no, that's the
they're
thing.
right
I
here.
don't smoke cigs like that in the house all morning throughout the day when I'm
I literally
editing.
see
like,
people who smoke them things. They're just in their hand. They're a
Yeah.
part of them.
Yeah.
They're a part of them.
nah, I
It's
heard
just like-
somebody say that it's like a pacifier.
Yeah, it's basically
All day long. Just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm off that. Yeah, no more nicotine. I'll smoke weed. That's okay.
it's
But
good to see, bro.
no, I just put some weight on. The weight came on from no nicotine. I guess it's like an appetite suppressant.
Yeah, that's
I'll
good to
say
see, man. It's good to see you back on your shit.
Yeah, I
you're
feel
on the
good. I
grind.
feel
It
great.
trickles down, I'm sure, in every part of your life.
No,
You know?
fitness, dude. Hell yeah. It gives you physical energy, your mental energy. It's
Yep.
just
Feel good.
confidence.
Look
yeah,
good.
look good, feel good,
All
play
that.
good. That's
Absolutely,
my motto.
man. So we have to dive in to most recent success for you, and I just want to say congrats on the website.
Okay.
You know,
Thank you.
MSnaps,
Thank you.
MSnaps Media. It's pretty much a whole compilation of your prints, right, over the years, or
Yeah.
locations you've been to and things that you've came across.
Yeah, pretty much. Broke it down into categories. That was a quarantine project that started like so long ago when I was finally like, when you're not really out there doing
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, all right, how else can I make money with photography? I was like, all right, well, I can sell prints. So I started to like market it like a little bit. People would just like kind of DM me when they would see pictures I post and they liked them, and that's like how I would get a sale. So it would be like unorganized and like sloppy. They'd be like, hey, can I get this as a print?
It's all over the place.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, what size do you want? And they're like, well, what do you have? And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I'm like middleman and back and forth. They're like
Yeah.
my print guy, and I was like, nah, I gotta find a service. So I actually came across this photographer's page. His name's Drifter Shoots. He's just like one of these dudes who like, he will climb on top of the bridge and like go in between and like take those crazy pictures that are like ridiculous. And he had the link in his bio, and it was like darkroom.driftershoots.tech, which is my website is darkroom.mikeynappz.tech.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is like a service that you like sign up for. Like literally anybody can go and do it. You just upload your images, organize your gallery, set your prices and what you want to offer for dimensions and stuff like that. And basically runs itself. It kicked off really good. The commercial I did for it was like, I don't know, I think it was funny. I got a good feedback from people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I checked the analytics on the website, and it says, like, you know, the hits on it. And I was, like, looking at it in 24 hours. I was like, holy shit, like, that's a lot of clicks. Like, you know, I was happy with it. But then I realized now, I just, like, checked. And I was like, oh, how'd I do for sales in March? I'm like, well, I didn't market a single day, and I haven't had a single sale in March. I think I had, like, 1 or 2 sales. Like, you know, something you got to, like, push on people. They got to see it. Otherwise,
keep that fresh.
It's not in their mind.
Because it did so well when you initially put it out, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
was
so
very
it's-
happy with it. Yeah, thanks to everybody who purchased something. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That's a milestone as a photographer. Like when you have a picture that somebody wants to hang and they'll look at like every day
It's
in
a
their
part of
house
their
or something
household,
like
their-
that.
their
Yeah.
day-to-day.
Like I shoot family pictures, and that's like, okay, obviously they're gonna hang that up. But then
Right.
when you shoot like, you know, a skyline, a weird thing, whatever, at sunset, someone's like, I want to look at that every day. I'm like, damn, all right, thanks.
Something
Appreciate it.
Something you were just
That's
feeling,
love, yeah.
you just captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've yet to order from you, but I already know which one I'm going to grab.
Okay.
You already know I'm definitely ordering, probably if not multiple, but I like the one you did. It's like a New York scene. It's like at night with the taxi. It's like just them neons and them lights,
Yeah,
bro. It's
yeah.
just my aesthetic. So
I like New York. It's everywhere you look, there's a good shot.
yeah.
Always. I just pulled up, dude. I did something so ridiculous. It was when I went to a lobby for Nico, up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I was like, you know, I'm like really close to the New York skyline from the Jersey side. I like found this weird neighborhood and like parked up all the way down at the bottom, and just like it was freezing cold, bro. I'm setting up my tripod, and then like, you know, I go back and I edit, and I'm looking at this picture of like the Statue of Liberty. I'm like, yo, this looks really good. That was worth like freezing my ass off out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it had to be a crazy project too with the site, finding out which ones you want to list on your
For all
site,
the selections.
because I know you have
That's what took so
you have a
long.
crazy amount of photos that you do take, you know, and I'm sure that you like.
The total count for like 3 years, like after I added everything up, it was like 90,000 pictures taken total. You know, and keep in mind, like that's like, you know, I shoot a wedding, you should take like 5,000
No,
pictures. Like
sure.
that's in that number too, and like big jobs too. Like I'm working on this. What I just do, Nina's Waffles. Went to like the little ice cream factory, and like we shot for 2 hours, and it's like 850 pictures I'm going through. Like it's a long time to
Must have a lot of
edit.
storage, bro.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you don't want to know how many
must
SD
have a
stacks
lot
I
of-
got,
You
bro.
must have stacks of SD cards and shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
Nah, external storage is
Yeah,
huge. It's
external
weird. It's
storage.
something that I think I hit that like after a year. I filled up like a 4 terabyte storage card, and I was like, "Holy shit, this
That's
is
a
like a ton of work." And then you look back, and you're like, "Oh wow, I gotta buy another one." Just boom, leave that.
Yeah.
There's a 2018 one, 19.
Yeah, with you know, with being heavy in the nightlife game, you know, pre-COVID, you know, you were all over the scene. It seemed like a lot of hot spots in the city. We talked about it back in season 1, you know, and then COVID hits, and then that kind of comes underneath people, and you know, that's taken away from some people. So, you know, for you, I've been seeing you do. I mean, you already had a diverse portfolio, you know. It seemed like. But, you know, having that transition, what has been your favorite, you know, type of pieces to shoot lately? You know, I kind of see you getting a lot of good ass looks and shots of the city. I don't know if that's
City's always fun to shoot because that's when I'm like hobby shooting. That's not like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go. Like I've been
that's
doing.
just your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of jewelry. I don't know why, but the jewelry market is like booming right now.
Okay.
And it just how are you doing record sales in jewelry when the country's
Them
like
stimmies
getting
are
crushed
coming.
right now?
Them
Yeah,
stimulus
stimmies are coming in.
Gotta get that Cuban
They just
link.
hit today.
You know, people are cashing out.
Link.
Yeah,
People
no,
cashing out.
Oh, dude. I don't know.
But they look good though.
I've
That's
seen
a
that.
good poll to post on your Instagram. I would like to do that. Be like, what do you if you even get one? What do you get when you get
What are you
one?
grabbing with your stimulus?
Yeah.
What are your plans? You
Yeah.
clearing your credit, or you paying bills, or you buying
No,
a
I
Cuban
just
link?
saw they're gonna fucking like hold it. If you got like liens, like medical liens or bills and credit cards, stuff like that, they just nah, you ain't get one.
Yeah, I saw the jewelry thing that you've been doing.
Yeah, it's my couple different places actually. One's in Philly, one's out in Villanova area. So miles been stacking on the car for sure. I feel like COVID actually got me working in different areas too, because
Different markets.
yeah, just all different stuff. Like real estate probably takes me the farthest. Like I've been
Okay.
doing a decent amount of work in Delaware, New Jersey, not so much in New York. I don't think have I even been in New York City since COVID? No.
No?
I was working in New York a decent amount. Right before COVID hit, like February, March time, I was going up taking some pictures of watches. We would do it like twice a week.
I remember that.
Yeah, so it's cool. Like, that's what I just want to get back to. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm going to have 2 days stationed in New York City. I'll probably start my shift at like 11. I'm done at like 1. Then next thing you know, I got the whole day from 1 o'clock to however long I want to
To
stay in New York
night.
City, and I'm planted there. And then I come home
Yeah.
Wednesday, and I'm planted in Center City. I'm like moving around
Like
here.
I want
Like,
to see a Mikey Nappz edition of the vessel. You know what I'm saying? I want to see.
yeah.
How come I
No,
haven't
I've been
seen
there,
that
dude.
yet?
That thing's crazy.
You know.
I've been there.
You got, I
You
think.
got
You
that?
got
I
some
got a couple
prints.
of
You got
those.
some.
Okay,
You
I
got some
gotta- I haven't,
They
prints.
should
then
be
I
on
haven't
there.
seen them.
I think they are. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like a playground.
the
I'm
New
sure.
York
And then there's
Yeah.
that other building you can go up to the top.
Oh,
The
the,
Edge.
the
The
Edge.
Edge is
Have
new.
you been there?
No, I haven't. I'm
Yeah.
actually. I just checked that out. My one boy just went up there and he said it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks crazy. I believe it's the largest observatory deck in the country.
Yeah, and it's outdoor. I'll wait till like spring a little bit. Like spring sunset.
When I
up
went,
there would be
it was
fire.
like closed.
But get-
tickets were sold
I
out.
think you gotta get reservations or tickets
It's
like in
a
Yeah,
advance.
It's
that,
like
that was
30
like the vessel too. You still got to do
It's
that.
like $36 or something. It's not
Yeah,
that bad.
but they kind of fill up. It's like
they
a calendar.
they sell out. I
What,
went. and
what
they sold
floor
out.
is it technically?
I don't remember.
That's something we have to ask.
100. It looks like 100,
Ann
bro.
or
That thing's
Janet.
was
ridiculous.
Ann or Jana would definitely know. But yeah, New York's like New York's probably a playground for something,
Yeah, I miss New York too. That was cool working back there. I was feeling like, all right, cool. Now I'll start to like plug up here a little bit, and I just
Yeah.
felt myself growing. Then once COVID hit, it just puts you just like in a totally different direction. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I'm not doing big weddings. I'm not doing nightclubs. I'm
events,
not,
the live
I'm not
events.
walking around, walking from door to door to door to businesses and just like stopping in places. I'm not meeting people at bars. Like, I got to figure something else.
Gotta
So
get very creative.
Yeah, that's how I got into the print shop. And then as far as work, I would say, dude, like, knock on wood, bro. Like social media, like, I still have business coming in, whether it was real estate, graduation shoots, family portraits down the shore,
Weddings,
engagements.
getting
Weddings I
engaged.
did. I didn't really do any weddings until like the summer because everything was still so tight.
Yeah.
But no, recently, yeah, I've done like 3 since. Well, I guess like summer. I guess we kind of hit back
Gotcha.
to August. I guess.
I remember you just doing over the space weekend, I believe.
Yeah, I did just one on Saturday. It was nice. It was cool. The pressure's on a wedding day
Yeah,
for sure.
I can
It's like it's
imagine.
no joke.
You can't go back in
Yeah.
time for that.
That's the only job that I go into, and I'm like,
Fuck.
not fuck,
Nah, I
but
know,
I'm just
I know.
like, all right, yo, be on point.
Be on
today.
the
Like,
game.
I'm going in to take pictures of a house. Like, if I fuck up a picture, I can go
come
back
in.
and take a picture.
Right,
Like
ain't-
it's
ain't
not it's
moving.
not the end of the
It's not
world.
moving,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel that way. That like those are like you say like once in a lifetime shots. Like that's how I feel when I'm on the street and I'm doing stuff. If I'm like chasing a moon or like a sunset and like you see something and it's just in like a one
Right.
spot, like it's gonna be gone in like a matter of minutes. Like
Yeah.
what did I do just a couple weeks ago? We had a crazy full moon. What was the date? Kyle just got engaged. When was
Probably like
it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, Saturday. Well, I was like done at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock. And I like knew that we were going to have a full moon. So I went to South Street Bridge and just posted up. And I was just going to wait for the full moon to like come up over the skyline because you get a really good view from there.
It's
And
fire shot.
Yeah.
yeah, I love shooting the moon, bro. Always. That's like something I like.
Are you super zoomed in on it too?
Not
Like,
even
yeah.
that, bro. I have an app on my phone that tracks the moon for what time it rises and what
Right,
time
right.
it sets because I'll get some really sick moon pictures in the morning too when the sun's coming up because the
Oh,
sky's
I
like,
love the moon in
oh,
the morning.
dude,
That's
the moon
like
in the
best.
morning is like
The
if you're
best.
getting up early enough and you're seeing the
Yeah,
moon,
yeah.
like you're fucking at it. I like
Yeah,
that shit. It's
yeah.
like it's one of those rewarding parts of like getting up in the morning. Something about getting up before the sun is coming up makes me feel like I got like a little edge on
little
like,
advantage.
everybody else. Yeah, you're like, all right, sleeping in is deadly. I'm like off of my early grind right now. I guess daylight savings like fucked me up.
It
Saturday
fucks
night,
you
I didn't
up.
get home until 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, man.
So
I know.
then I realized Sunday night, same thing, going to
Yeah.
bed like after 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
And I haven't been able to shake it. And it's
Me neither. It's
Well, Wednesday
weird.
now,
I'm
yeah.
usually like I get over it. It's not really
Nah,
a
dude,
thing for me, and for
it
some
messed
reason
me
this
up
one
this
fucked
year.
me up.
Yeah, no, I fucked a lot of people. I feel like definitely you were telling me about it, but that next day in particular just flew. Like I'm like, how's it already 2, 3 o'clock? I just woke up a couple hours before, but Yeah, I mean, listen, I love it though. Like, I love having the daylight longer.
Sure.
Like, I'm for that. But yeah, man, you know, I definitely saw you out here on the early grind, catching a lot of sunrises.
Yeah, I
Like you
missed
said, a
that
lot
moon.
of
I camped up on that moon on South Street Bridge, just waiting. And I got like a little slice of it, and then out of nowhere, this big cloud comes in, and then I got people who call me and text me, and they're like, "Yo, look at the moon! Look at the moon!" Like bro, I get so happy when people hit me up to that.
Yeah.
That's like they know that I love shooting the moon, and
Yeah.
they're like, "You got to get this moon right now."
that cloud. The cloud said, "Hold my beer, Mikey."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
I
shot.
like
no
the
shot.
moon pic where it looks like it's going into the basketball net that you had.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
did
was
that?
fire.
Yeah, Dev bought that.
Dev bought that,
I think
yeah,
Dev
that
bought
was,
that piece. That is a sick piece.
It's a sick piece.
Yeah.
That was like when I say like a once in a lifetime.
That's a
picture.
one-time
Like
pic.
like I don't. I mean, I look for that now because if you're like driving around and you drive past like neighborhoods and stuff like that
Yeah.
or schools and like there's always basketball courts, you just gotta eye it up.
And Dev was smart for buying it. I mean, that is a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime.
Bro,
And
that's
the
like a-
basketball net.
That's like
come
a
on.
J. Cole album cover. That's like
Yeah.
it's like a single art or
Yeah.
something. Nah, that shit was fire though. I always
Thank
see
you.
it in there. But yeah, bro, let's talk a little equipment. You know, because
Yeah.
seeing you Saturday night, you know, you had a beast with you, and I know you recently just bought like a bazooka
That was a
style
fucking
lens.
cannon, bro. What
yeah,
was
literally
that thing?
cannon by cannon.
Yeah.
The one I got recently is if you understand what like focal length is, but like the higher the number is, the farther it sees.
Okay.
So that one lens is a 70 millimeter to
Millimeter.
200 millimeter.
Oh shit.
So I mean that's something you could like when people ask like when I shoot like the skylines like street photography, I'm always using one of those because you got like a really diverse range where you could like get enough of a wide shot to get something far away, or you could like zoom into like the top of the building and see in the window,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Bro, that's how I feel about a lot of this shots you have. Like you can see inside
Yeah.
the fucking
No,
I think
so
you have
it's-
one like in Rittenhouse and it's like through the trees and it's Liberty One. Like,
Right. Yeah, that's like a 70 to 200, and then after I like got into like the long lenses, I looked and there's this thing called a magnifier. It's a 2x magnifier, so it turns it into a 140
fuck?
to 400,
Wow.
which is
doubles,
like,
yeah.
bro, some of the pictures I've taken with it are crazy. I'd be so far away, and like I got a person in like full frame or like a building, whatever it is. It's very fun
But
photography.
you were rocking that at Brian's party.
Not
no,
that one.
Saturday. No, that's
That
like,
one's like this,
That
bro.
one, that was girthy.
That. Oh yeah. Okay. So the
The
girthy
The one I'm talking about is like
the long one.
fucking rocket.
Oh,
bro.
I know that one. I've seen that one. But I
The
saw
one
like,
I had on
I
Saturday.
saw like the grenade launcher.
Yeah,
like,
that it is. It looks like a grenade
it
launcher,
was
bro.
it was short, but it was fucking wide.
It's
It
a
was
thick-
thick.
Yeah,
thick
it's like
joint.
a Palmer's beer can. It's husky. It's that's a 28 millimeter to 70 millimeter.
Okay.
So that's like a good like medium lens. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that other one, like 70 to 200. That's my long lens,
range
right?
sniper.
Then I take a step down and I got 28 to 70. But the thing is, like, if you understand aperture's huge. Like I was just showing you on your camera, like that 1.4 on a wide angle is huge, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
a lot of light coming in. So think like whatever the aperture is, the lower the number is, the more light's coming in. The higher the number is, the less light's coming in. It like
Okay.
closes in and focuses on everything instead of like one little like key detail.
Gotcha.
So no, that's an f2 constant. So like when you zoom, you don't lose any aperture. That's what separates a cheap lens from a really expensive
Yeah.
lens.
Gotcha.
When you keep that aperture and
Yeah.
you're zooming in to like 200, 400 millimeters, like you're a sniper, bro. Like you're unstoppable with
Yeah.
that lens. It's
Like a
awesome.
cheat. It's like a
But
cheat.
the fat husky one,
Yeah.
if I have to do something and I don't want to bring a backpack, like a lot of times when I do club photography, I don't want to be in a backpack. Or I don't want to have a backpack on in the club. Like
Yeah.
it's annoying. It's heavy. I'm bumping into people. Like people spill shit on it. Like I don't want to like fuck my shit up.
Exactly.
So I'll go
This-
in there and that lens is
does it
enough. It's great in low light. It's got range on it. It's wide enough where I could take like a close up of some people and like I don't know. I just walk out and just have that and keep like a couple batteries in my pocket, some double A's for my flash.
Yeah.
That like that camera too. Like
It's
I
a
haven't.
service all weapon.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's-
Yeah.
yeah. But taking pics on that, bro, like it seemed like it has like a flash, but you just don't know the flash is going off. So
Yeah,
it's
see,
like
you were paying attention to that. I kind of wasn't, so I didn't know what you were talking about when you said that.
right, like were you using a flash that night? Like I saw you at.
You're probably seeing the.
I'm seeing something flicker.
All right,
but
so I bounce.
That's when I know how to gauge my picture that I'm taking.
See, I'm
off.
probably fucking with you then because this is called bouncing the flash. It's where, like, if you have a good flash, it's like shoots out straight like that, and then it lifts, and goes straight up, and then it rotates back around too, and you can bounce it behind you. Every time I use a flash, every time, I bounce it behind me, so it's bouncing off the ceiling. So it's just like diffused light instead of that light just like blasting you.
Flaring.
Yeah, dude. That it's so that
okay.
like
That's
you know
what I
when you
meant.
shoot with a flash and you get like on your face like
What,
a
do you turn
little.
it backwards? Or it just
If your flash can do that, yeah,
Right.
it's it's an off-camera flash, so it's got like the flip on it, and
Right,
you turn
right.
it around, and it bounces
And it
off the
bounces off
ceiling
the
behind
ceiling.
you, and then it comes back down. So not only
Cheat
is it
code
like a
number two.
softer, it's
Yeah.
a softer light, but it hits you later with the picture. I don't know, it just
Yeah.
I noticed a big difference when I use it.
Fire.
I only noticed it taking the photo because like I'm holding this pose and like usually if a flash
Yeah,
goes
you can't
off,
see it.
I'm like, okay, I know the picture's done. But you were catching multiple,
Well,
and
I
I'm
take a
like,
bunch.
and I'm
When
like, I
just
didn't even
finished-
know I would be
Yeah.
doing different. You know, you were probably doing all different
I was
shit.
doing some
You were
shit.
doing
I
some
was.
shit.
You gotta keep it moving.
I
That's my
feel like
advice
I
to
was.
everybody.
Yeah.
I want to see them. I would like to see them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll
He
show
gave
you,
a little
I'll show you.
sneak peek, but
Mhm.
no, you got some fire and it's
Yeah.
That's my advice to everybody whenever you're getting your picture taken, because a lot of people will be like, I've never done this before. Like when it's just like solos. It's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. I'm like, my advice is just keep it moving. When you hear that click, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when we're here, if I'm taking a picture, like you can hear it on the camera. But
Right.
like in a nightclub, nah, still always just like keep it moving. Because action, if you're freezing time, that's when you get like a good shot. That's like a true candid or something like that.
True
Like
candid
I think
shit.
posing's like kind of awkward.
It is kind of awkward.
I tell people the same thing every time I say it to every person who's like nervous to have a picture taken. I was like, pretend nobody's here and pretend that I'm the mirror that you're looking into before
Just
you're
keep
stepping
it-
out on
yeah.
Saturday night. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? You're
just chill.
checking yourself out, you're fixing it up, making sure you look good. That's where you have that like ultimate confidence. And that goes back to look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah, facts, bro. You mentioned me being out in Miami over New Year's, I believe. I kind of want to ask you, like, if you could almost go back and relive a moment or a time that you shot, because you've done a lot of cool shit. You've been, to some crazy events. You've been to the Art Basels, the Super Bowl weeks in Miami, where you see a lot of cool shit. Anything like that you're just like, you know what, dude, if I could go back in this moment and recapture that night or just live it again, like don't even change shit, just to relive it twice. You know what I'm saying? Any of them nights where you experience, would you go back?
I gotta say, probably shooting at Powerhouse in Philly was the fucking coolest thing I think
Okay.
I've ever done, bro. It was like, I don't know, just something about being
Wow.
on. Like, I've done a lot of
You've done
interesting
some-
things,
yeah.
right? But just something about, like, I don't know, that was like something I just remember, like, looking around.
You were on stage,
yeah,
right?
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah. With
you were-
when Meek performed with Lil Baby, I was
And
on
that's
stage.
that's like so many people.
Yeah, Selly just posted that video the other day, and like I look in it, and I didn't know who Selly was until like I met him like months down the line, and like I always saw this dude out in the scene, and then I finally saw him at like Mirage one night, and I went up to him, and it was like after we saw each other at the concert, and I was like, I didn't know who you were, but I always knew you were somebody. Like you're out in the mix all the time in like the
Yeah.
good spots, and then I see you on stage with Meek, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, little Uzi, I'm sure, and
Uzi they kicked everybody off stage for Uzi. You were not allowed to be on stage for
Really?
Uzi. No photographers, nothing.
why is that? They had any reason?
Uzi's tight, bro. He's
Okay.
he's
He's a very
yeah, he's like, I'm coming here, I'm doing my thing, you're not messing with me.
okay.
But then when he's out in the street, he's got tight security too,
Okay.
always. But yeah,
Well, his fan base is also a lot different too. Like he has
It
some
is.
crazy
yeah,
fan
he'll get
base.
some young bulls that will just like rush the street if he
Right.
says where he's gonna be.
If he's in
and
a
all
mall?
over the world too.
Listen, don't get it twisted. Like you see Meek in the mall, people are gonna run up on Meek and say what's up and shit. But Uzi has like a crazy, especially younger kids, man, and they like really fucking love him, like
Yeah.
on some insane level. Cause he's a one of one. Like
Yeah.
he really is like a rock star type of person, So
I still my little cousin, he's like 16, and I asked him, I was like, what kind of rap music do you listen to? He's like, Little Uzi.
Uzi
And I was
Vert.
like, yeah, you fuck with Uzi? He's like, yeah, like he's hilarious. Like that's what they all say. Like they like his shit.
he's different.
Yeah.
He is. I feel like Philly didn't really fuck with Uzi when he first came out.
Yeah,
He's weird, bro. He does his thing.
He's not your typical
he's not your average rapper,
corner
yeah.
rapper and talking about coming out the mud and this and that.
He had a cool
He has a whole lane that he kind of developed himself. So you see a lot of people, just popping up now, and you see
it's like emo
Futures
rap.
or the Uzis, and they're setting a
Yeah.
trend for that
Mhm.
type of shit. But Uzi's cool though. He's definitely a one of one type person for sure,
Yeah,
and a
bro.
different sound to come out of Philly.
I can't wait
which
for
is cool.
concerts to come back, dude.
Yeah,
Something I'm hype on.
I miss that shit a lot.
That's the only thing that I really think that's gonna feel different, because we've been going out now. Like we go to either
been
like
popping
these
out
like
some
low key
low-key
things,
shit,
or
yeah.
we just like
traveling
Go
to
wherever, go get some food, or like
Yeah.
you can go visit the illustrious Florida where you're allowed to do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I definitely miss events. It's cool to see some DJs and artists out there slowly popping in. And it's just, bro, those nights when you would be at like a concert, regardless of what it is, what music you're into, man, like there's shit that you gotta live for. You know what I'm saying? Like them moments right there, man, you can't put a price tag on. Like they're some of people's best fucking nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be
It's coming. I can see the light.
yeah.
I feel like I haven't said that once this whole pandemic. Like
Yeah.
it just looked really bad for a long time.
Yeah.
And then like now you're starting to see like the vaccine's out. Like other
Yeah.
states are like starting to get back into opening. Like now I just saw like California. California was like the last state that like still didn't have even outdoor dining. Now they're
Right.
allowed to have
They're very
it.
strict, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, once I saw PA lift some stuff and they announced that, I'm like, okay, the light is here. Like summertime, we might be good. Like we might be good for a lot of things, but
Yeah. How ironic. We're gonna celebrate our freedom on like 4th of July.
4th of July, right?
Like there, you take the mask off.
Yeah.
That would be
You're
some
free.
crazy
That's
shit.
what I want. I want that mandate on the mask gone. I'm
I
sick
know.
of the mask.
The mask, I know.
It's just such a it's an attachment now.
When you were in Miami, how did you feel about any work you were doing out there? I mean, it might have been a short trip, but I saw you were you probably have relationships out there as it is, but I saw you were working with some car dealer or things like that.
That was dude. I started working with those guys like I don't even think I was a photographer. I used to just go to Miami when I was like younger, and like I just met this one guy who I rented from and always rented from him. And then once I turned into a photographer, like after the time went by, I kind of hit him up and I was like, "Yo, coming to Miami, like, you want to set something up like with a car? I'll shoot it, take it out, do whatever." And they're like, "Yeah," and work
All
with them.
exotic type.
Yeah, all like high end like rental spots, which is dude, I think it's such a good business down
That's
there. Like those
booming,
guys
yeah.
kill it. Yeah,
Crazy.
like it's just how you roll in Miami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different down there. They have a lot of international money, and like that's how tourists like to drive around. It's their thing. Work with them, and then I would just like I don't know, just like people that I know who like live down there, people that from here that like move down there. I
Sure.
kind of just like plug
you
away.
in.
Like I'll look into the flights and figure it out. I won't book anything yet, and then I'll start like hitting people up. And once I get like a good like feedback from people, they're like, "Yeah, what's up? Like you're coming down? All right, word hit me. Like I got some work for you." And I'm like, "All right." Then I'll like execute a booking and basically just go from there.
Gotcha.
Set some shit up
were telling me-
on a schedule, and then the rest of the time I just hit the streets heavy.
Yeah, that's the move. Yeah,
Yeah, have to.
which
I
probably
spent-
works out for you.
Oh yeah,
Most of the
dude.
time. I mean, you ran into Kanye. The one time hitting the streets, you ran into that girl, the dragon.
Oh, Nikita. Yeah. Oh, yo, I don't even. Oh yeah, I did post it. I met Benjamin Kicks.
You were telling me about
Yeah,
that.
and then
That
remember
story
I sent
came
you the
out.
article like the
Yeah,
next
that's so
night.
crazy.
The next night, like something happened with him, like somebody taking a picture of
Paparazzi
him.
and shit.
I don't even think it was paparazzi. Somebody with their cell phone and like took a picture of him, and like the kid who took the picture like got rolled on, and like they jumped him, and I'm like,
Damn.
that's why I always ask, bro.
Ask.
That's something I take pride on with my photography. I'm not a paparazzi. Like even when I see these rappers out in the street, like I won't just like start taking pictures of them. No, you gotta like get that
That-
acknowledgement and that like
That respect
that
level.
it's
has
like
to
a
be
respect
there.
and
Yeah.
it's like a unwritten consent where they're like, I'll ask them like, "Yo, you mind if I take your picture, or do you want to have your picture taken?"
Yeah.
And like they either just like if they don't want to, just say that. It's all good. I get that in the club all the time. You take some pictures, and
Yeah.
people come up, they be, "Yo, make sure I'm not no pictures."
Right. Now you had a cool ass story that you were telling me about working with one of them cars, or maybe it might have been a car you just rented out. Like the trunk was not opening up, and all your equipment was in there or something.
Yeah, that story didn't make it to the gram. I was pretty fucking mad.
Damn.
I was down there, and this was the 30th of December. I went out with the Migos crew, not Migos, but like their work crew. Those are the guys that like I work with, like their
Yeah.
A&R, their assistants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we go out, and I'm like, I got my backpack with me, and we're like cruising around from spot to spot in Miami. So I like didn't want to like bring it in anywhere, and I didn't want to leave it in the car because I'm valeting it half the time. So I put it in the trunk. Go out, hit the night, do whatever. I have just my camera on me with a little flash and my 35 millimeter lens, and then like that's it. Like my backpack is like my laptop hard drive, my
All
other
right.
lenses, my chargers, my batteries, cloths, wiping,
The good shit.
everything I need. Like
Yeah.
the stock is in that bag, and we go out for the night. Luckily, I have my camera because I got to like shoot pics during the night, and then that night at the hotel, I guess I got back. I parked the car. I go to open the trunk, and it's like making the sound that it's like coming undone.
Opening, but it's not.
Yeah, but nothing's happening. So it's a Lambo, and
Story's
it's the
crazy.
front of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Lambo is the front
Right.
trunk. It's like a mid-engine, so that's in the
Right.
back. And it's like making the noise, not doing anything, right? I'm clicking the button on the key to unlock it. It's not unlocking.
Nothing.
I don't know what's going on. This is like 3:30 in the morning. I get home. So then I call the guy. Obviously, he don't answer. And then I get up at like 8 in the morning because I'm bugging out because like my shit is in the trunk of this car and like
Yeah.
I need it to
Take care of
do
the
my
shit
job down
first
here.
thing in the
Yeah,
morning,
yeah,
yeah.
first thing. And I had like 2 shoots set up. One started at noon and the other was at like 2:30, and they were both at Fountain Blue. I was like, I need to get this done like by 12 o'clock. Like this is like no joke. So finally in the morning, I call him, and I called, like I've been dealing with this company for a while, so I know their one driver too, who I'm like, I still talk to over all these years. I hit him up before the manager got back to me, and he's like, oh, all right, come here, I'm doing the delivery, like let's check it out. So I go meet him. The only other thing he finds that I didn't know is like a manual release, like underneath the car, and he goes to pull it, and it had already been pulled. Like something was wrong with this
And
trunk.
it still wasn't opening.
Yeah, like it must have been the person before
shit.
me who like fucked it up and like yanked this thing, and they
Didn't
had a
know
problem
what they were
with it.
doing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
So all your
he
fucking-
called. Yeah, like I'm just like freaking out at
The
this
day's
point. 'Cause
going
yeah,
and
it's
all your
it's
shit's still
10:30, and yo,
there.
keep
Oh,
in
shit.
mind it's New Year's Eve, bro.
Oh,
I gotta
wow.
drive and like do stuff, and traffic is insane in Miami.
You're missing prime.
It's time, bro. It's time ticking off where I'm like, yo, I'm losing money right now by being occupied standing with. I lost the whole morning of the first day, and then he's like, oh, let me call Lamborghini Miami. They're closed. Let me call our guy down here in South Beach. He does repairs. He's done, right? It's New Year's Eve, bro. It's like nobody's working.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna make one more call. You gotta say your prayers right now because he might answer. This guy in fucking Fort Lauderdale who does exotics for them, right? And he's like, all right, here's the address. Go see him. Bro, how long did it take
30
me? Like an
minute
hour?
ride.
No, it
40.
took me like an
It's a lot,
hour because
yeah.
of traffic. But at one point, bro, I was so mad. I stepped on that thing. I was
Yeah.
like, get me there and get this shit out of my car right now. Pull up to this like random ass shop, bro. I got no idea where I'm at. All Spanish guys. I'm playing like a little bit with them to get my shit open, and like they get it done, bro. It probably took an hour and a half for them to do it, but they unscrewed the trunk from the windshield part, like the top of the car, and just like opened it the opposite direction.
Holy
like
shit.
they undid the hinges,
Oh, wow.
bro.
Yeah.
And finally my stuff pops out, and he was like, "Don't put anything in there again." I'm like,
Like, no
Alright.
fucking
Were you
shit,
late
man.
to the 12:30?
I missed the 12 o'clock one. I still got to do the 2:31, and you know, obviously people were understanding of the circumstances,
Right. Yeah.
so they understood it. But that's an L right there. Like I lost on
Yeah.
that. so
Crazy shit. Crazy.
I was thankfully reimbursed for the inconvenience with the vehicle. So
That's good.
yeah, still. But then like you think about like something you would want to redo, like you asked me that earlier, like any situation you would want to like relive, like. I might want to redid this trip down here and not get this car and have
The
my
right
shit stuck in
way,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. But everything happens for a
Shit
reason.
happens for a
Yeah.
reason, bro. It is.
Yeah.
What kind of Lambo was it?
It was a Lambo Huracan.
Huracan.
Spider, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Picked out a gray one 2 days before I get there. They're like, oh, somebody crashed the car when they had it before you. He's like,
I
got a
can't-
white one for you.
Damn.
Dude, knock on wood, bro. I've done that a lot of times down there. Every time I give that car back, I'm like, like, bro, if you crash that
relief.
car,
Yeah.
oh my God, bro, you got a big problem on your hands.
Right.
We did
Major.
We did the Toro piece. We got a car off a Toro.
Yeah.
and, you
So
know,
what's the deal with Turo? Do they give you insurance or
Yeah,
does it
you
go
have,
through?
You have options. Yeah,
Okay.
they give it to you. You have
So when
options.
you rent those exotics, like they don't give you an insurance policy. It goes under your policy. So you gotta make sure your limits cover.
there's like a certain amount of money that you get, for like say for instance, if you tack on an extra $50, you'll get like a $5,000 deductible. If you tack on 100, it'll only be like 1,000. If you tack on 150,
Right,
you
right.
get like no deductible or something.
Yeah. Well, luckily I never had any issues with them, but I couldn't imagine what that does.
that's
to
the
your
one thing
kids.
I'd be very sketchy with, man. Just renting them exotics, bro. Just
Yeah.
carrying it the right way, man. Like,
No, that's why, bro. Like you said, like me drinking in Miami was like a stretch. Like I'm never drinking when I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I'll go out and I'll take like tonight. Like I still gotta drive tonight. You know what I'm saying? If we go out and we chill out for like a couple hours, like I'll have a drink
Pop
when I
out,
first get
but-
there,
Yeah.
just to like set the tone, and like I'll hold on to something for so long
Something to
when
sip
I'm out,
on.
bro.
Yeah.
Just because when you're
Some-
standing there and you
some-
don't have a drink, it's not that like you look out of place or something. Like people might catch a different vibe from you. Like you have a drink in your hand, you're with people, and you're out. Like everybody's on
Yeah.
the same page. Like you don't have a drink in your hand, people might be like, "Oh, what's wrong, bro? Why aren't you
Yeah,
drinking?"
why are you drinking?
Yeah, why aren't you
But
drinking?
you know what? Fucking sometimes, like, I want to just sip on water. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know if
bro, I
like,
still can't believe
Well,
that,
sometimes-
that I hear that like now. Like,
I
bro, it's
know.
2021, bro, and your people be, yo, why aren't you drinking? Like, oh, let me give you 6 different reasons
Yeah.
why. Like, there's so many things that could like contribute to me not want to drink.
Right.
Right.
But
I'm
then
gonna be
not-
up early. I don't want to be
Right, I get
dehydrated.
drunk.
What do you want
Exactly.
to hear? What do you want to hear?
I'm
Like,
gonna
Get
go to
drunk
the gym
once a
tomorrow,
year,
I want
probably.
to feel good.
well, I think you stand out in a good way, though. I mean, me personally, I look
Yeah.
at it, I see somebody just chilling with a bottle of water. I'm like, damn, all right, I see you, bro. You're locked in.
Well,
You're
usually
taking it
if
easy.
we're out, I have my camera in my hand, and that's one thing you'll probably notice if you see me in the club and I'm working.
Yeah, you're
I'm not
good.
drinking.
Yeah,
no,
you're
I have no drink in my hand too. That's a bad look.
Has you think social media been helping a lot of your recent clientele or inquiries, things like that? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, because you can't really pop out and do the whole
Yeah,
foot
definitely.
thing.
I miss popping out. That's huge, bro. I'm old school, bro. I cold call. Like, I'll stop in places and meet. I like shaking hands. I want to meet face to face. Like, it's just more important to like establish a business relationship
Yeah.
when you physically actually know somebody. But then I got people who I work for who are brokers that like, you know, will send me to houses and they pay me electronically and they send me to a lockbox. And I got people, it's been 2 years. I met this one agent I was working with her for 2 years, never met ever. And then like finally like one time I had to like meet her at a house or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want things to be open so I can go and do that. But, you know, social media is good for that.
Definitely.
This year I was like doing my like, you know, my lineup for the year, what I'm trying to get done, and something I was trying to really do was sit and dedicate time to market and hit like specific genres for like categories that I want to like work towards. And I really didn't even have time for it. Like that's how much business is coming in like through social media. Like
That's good, bro.
where I'm like at the point where I'm like working and I'm like trying to market, but I'm like I don't have time. I'm either out shooting or I'm editing. Like, you know, it's hard to do both. I get a good routine now, but when you're like buried in photos, like right now, I think my ticker for like photos I got to deliver is like something over like 4,500 pictures that are like due like right now. Like one's a wedding, and then the rest are just like projects I got to do. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Editing gets, you know, you sit there and you stare at a screen
at
for
that
a while.
screen,
You
yeah.
got you got to
Like-
take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the 90-30 rule. Sit there and edit, bang my shit out. No cell phone, no distractions, bro. Just 90 minutes straight on the
Yeah.
computer, doing what I got to do.
Take
and then
that.
I get up for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Check my phone, go to the bathroom, do whatever, get something
Yeah.
to drink, and then you get back to it. Because I would sit there and I would do like a big project,
For
and like I'd
hours.
sit there for like hours.
Burn yourself
And then
out.
I notice I'll get to like, you know, the last hour of pictures, I'm looking at them, and I go back, like after I stop and I get back on the computer, I always like backtrack and just see what I've been working on. I'm like, yo, these don't look right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What are you doing? Like, you didn't finish these pictures, you know? So you get lackadaisical if you stare at a screen too long, and it fucks with your eyes too.
Yeah.
Blue light glasses will help
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I like those at night because I like editing in the complete dark. Like during the day, like if there's sunlight coming in, it's fucking with the way you look at the screen, you know. And then you always have that transfer. Like I'll always check pictures on my phone first before I'm gonna post them. You know, like I like airdrop it to myself and I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at them and I'm like, oh wait a second, you might want to fix this before you do anything with
Right.
that. I check every folder too. Like
Yeah.
if before I send out like a client folder, always swipe through, check every single
Yeah.
picture, make sure everything's good. Because I would rather give less good photos than give a lot of
bunch
photos,
of
but then like,
dirt.
oh, why'd you leave this in here? This
Right.
is a cut. This
You're
is
scrolling
delete.
through shit.
Yeah, that like, why am I looking at this so many times?
No, I feel that 100%.
Unless it's a wedding, you got to give them
Get
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And let them be with it. Yup. Nah, that's good though. I mean, I feel like social is definitely good for you. I feel like, you know,
Need that,
our-
yeah.
our entire friend group and people that we know and have connections with, you know, definitely always talking up Mikey Nappz. You know, I tell people if it's not Brett Blackwell or Mikey Nappz, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, now shout to Matt Edits. He's clean as shit too
Matt
on the
is
camera.
coming at it, yeah.
I actually never. I don't think I've actually personally met him, unless I did, and I,
plugs away.
and I didn't know. But I might see you tonight, Matt. You know, we're going to Weston Down, but he's clean as well too. Definitely clean. So, a couple of hitters in the area, but yeah, man.
Yeah, Brett does good work. I would say as far as like if I look at somebody like from around here, video perspective, that I
Right.
like want to like learn. Like I was just talking to him recently about like his color coding. Like color mixing is something you do on a photo, but then when you take that into video, like when you see like a
Yeah.
video's got like a vibe to it, it's not just like a stale, you know,
Right.
as is
Yeah.
color code. Like I don't know, that shit really
The
stands out. It's
aesthetic.
super time
The
consuming.
aesthetic for sure.
Yeah, video's tough, bro. It's a whole different ball game. I do
Yeah.
some video, but I keep it like I'm never trying to take on any crazy
Right.
projects.
Yeah, I
Getting-
mean your photos are next level.
thank
So
you. Yeah, I like sticking to
Yeah.
what I'm good at.
that's fire.
I'm
for
getting
sure.
better at video. I stick to it.
Nah, that
Comes along.
Yeah.
definitely. Well, I mean, things are about to start opening up. You see the vaccinations going out.
Yes.
Restrictions are easing up. Listen, bro, we appreciate you being a part of this season. You know, tapping in with us, making some time, and
For sure. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
They've been trying to stop the wave, but the wave don't stop. Whoa. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what you feeling about. Whoa. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what you feeling about. Whoa.